They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But in the case of the military, especially in the United States, where joining is voluntary, imitating a higher rank or soldier in general is seen as one of the most disrespectful things a person can do.
So you got your dog there. You're in the Army, or?
Yeah, I'm in the Army.
Yeah?
Full time.
I'm what's called a TAC 1. All I do is I go out on missions.
What's up with your boots? Oh, I don't have the. These are my older brothers. I'm just wearing them.
You want to tell me a little bit about it, or?
Yeah, we're out there to make assure safety and that no enemies come to America.
Okay.
Okay, so why are you wearing the uniform? Because I feel like wearing it.
Where'd you get your 3 CIBs at?
Afghanistan.
All 3?
All 3.
You know you need to be in 3 different campaigns to get 3 CIBs, right?
What's up with the dog?
That was my standard issue canine. It's trained to smell.
Standard issue canine, really? Hey, where are you going, man?
The realities of warfare are nothing but terrifying to those of us who have never had to experience it firsthand. Whether or not you agree with the concept of the military and the wars being waged across the globe, anyone can see that those who put their lives on the line to fight for their country deserve the utmost respect from its citizens. It is perhaps this inherent respect and attention that is so alluring to the countless individuals across the United States putting on fake uniforms, badges, and even medals of honor and pretending to be veterans. Stolen valor, they call it, to falsely claim military service or claim a rank in the military you did not earn. Most of them are decent liars and probably rely heavily on the layman's ignorance of the specific details about the military. That's why most of the videos online of veterans exposing these people are achieved through the veteran pretending he doesn't know a thing about it. But it often isn't enough for these guys to be seen as a soldier. They deck themselves out in fake badges and awards and go on about their experiences on the battlefield.
A general, and then I got a lot of kills, so they gave me this, and I started over. It's you like Call of Duty, you know.
Oh, like prestige?
Yeah, prestige.
Oh, okay.
I'm back to private.
Okay, you're all the way back down to private?
Yeah, but private prestige 1, so I killed like 400 people.
Some people might have trouble understanding what's so wrong with wearing a bit of camo and walking around telling a few lies. But if you think about it, this is really messed up. I mean, for one, these uniforms are issued by the military and have specific rules about when and where they can be worn. And the concept of a uniform lives and dies with its ability to identify somebody. That's why people hold open the door for them, pay for their coffee, let them cut in line, and look up to them as noble members of society. It is the most backwards, cowardly thing you can do, to take the few measly perks there are of being a veteran, with none of the blood, sweat, and tears to go along with it. On top of that, it's just insulting. Veterans come back from their service with scars both on and below the flesh. Their lives were forever uprooted by the sacrifice they made. They paid the ultimate price, and by some torturous miracle made it out alive, only to find the country they had fought for had forgotten them. You know, some people call them wannabes, but these guys have no concept of the struggles of America's heroes. They don't want to live that life. They just want the glory. They don't respect the military. They don't respect their country, and they sure as hell don't respect themselves, because if they did, they would spend less time prancing around in someone else's uniform and stop living a lie. The Navy SEAL is easily one of the most respected titles an American citizen can hold. SEALs are trained and equipped to conduct all sorts of special operation missions, and are recognized worldwide as the absolute best maritime warriors. Currently, there are only about 2,500 active SEALs, which is just about 1% of the Navy personnel. The training and duties of a Navy SEAL are beyond draining and are incredibly demanding, both mentally and physically. This is due to the BUDS training, which is widely regarded as the toughest military training on Earth.
Hurry up. Catch the pack.
What's on the radio?
The motivation for Navy SEAL impersonators is clear: respect, power, and unquestioned authority, to be seen as the human equivalent of a superhero. And with the number of experienced SEALs across the nation being so small, the likelihood of being called out is dramatically reduced. Some of these men go their whole lives convincing their employers, their friends, even their own wives and children of their Navy SEAL status. Their entire lives are consumed by a lie as it spreads from person to person around them until someone figures out that something isn't right. And in those cases, more often than not, the suspicious individual who wants to know the truth about their neighborhood SEAL makes a phone call, not to the police, but to this man, Don Shipley.
It was 234.
What's
Chris,
that?
it was 234 that you graduated, Chris?
Yes, with Lively and Rivera and all them.
Do you remember who taught your demolitions training in SQT?
What's that?
Do you remember who the instructor for your demolitions training, class 234, was in SQT?
Oh, fuck. He's, I don't want to be racial here. He's Mexican or Puerto Rican with a mustache and, oh, fuck.
That class graduated, that class 234 graduated in June of 2001. And I was their demolitions instructor for SQT when the World Trade Center was attacked. We were out there in the desert in Nyland. I don't remember you being there. And I don't see your name listed under class 234. And when you use that on a resume, when you're trying to get a job in some security thing, like you said, that ain't...
I've never used it on a resume.
Oh, why is all this talk coming up in that class? Are you trying to get to the head of the line or something?
Don is a funny, lovable, true American hero. He's an ex-Navy SEAL who's made quite a name for himself in his activism investigating and exposing fake military personnel. He calls them up and looks up their name and graduation date in a Navy SEAL database that isn't accessible to the public. The lies these men will start spewing when faced with the truth is nothing short of entertaining. But beyond that, the sheer number of these impersonators across the country are evidence of a real problem. These people are looking for a shortcut. They want the fastest, easiest way to success without any of the hardships that come along with it. This is a pattern we see everywhere, because life is short, and if you get ahead early, you may just have an upper hand. But I believe your shadows follow you to your grave. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you will not thrive without dignity. You will not succeed to live a lie, and all your transgressions will catch up to you in the end. Not because of some mystical karmic force, but because of the grave you dug yourself. People like Don Shipley are ensuring that these people's lies catch up to them. He's making sure they don't embellish his service and the service of his fellow SEALs, including those of his brothers who died in action. When you put on a fake badge or a fake uniform, you're dismissing all of that, using it for your own purposes. That's more than just an insult to those who died. It's an insult to everything that they lived for. I don't think it matters how you feel about the military or war. I think all that matters is that we understand what these people have gone through, and for what purpose. To recognize that for us to be able to look out the window and out into the lives that we lead, incredible numbers of people had to die in battle. And even if the future you want is free of war, free of bloodshed, world peace, as they call it, that doesn't take away from the sacrifice these people made for your country, for your beliefs, for your freedoms. And look, that's the best part. You're free to hold the door open for veterans, or everybody, or nobody. You don't have to praise and kiss the feet of every veteran you encounter, but you certainly shouldn't go around pretending to be one of them. And if you do, you can expect a call from Donald W. Shipley before long.